Hello Virgo, this is your extended reading. I'm actually really happy with the cards that are here in your extended because I love when the messages that I hint at in the first part are confirmed in the extended, and some words that I just hear and I express just as they come, even though sometimes they don't make sense. Um, Most of the time they just feel right. So I cannot help but just say it, right? And translate it, what I'm receiving. So everything that I was talking about, like how you are the sharer, how it is time to share, how I remembered the very first video that I recorded and posted here for the channel, which is called Time to Share. It is here, but also it's all about seeking the truth. It's time to share because others and even more people are seeking the truth. And in seeking the truth, it's like there is this rebuilding process, which is the rebuilding of a new earth, a new world. So it's almost like this, it's like the second act in a sense, or this deeper layer of the same message in essence, confirming to me that yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it is cliche, but it's true, right? So we begin with judgment. So I always like to, put these opening cards side by side because they build this story, right? They open the reading, so in a sense they are setting the tone. They're giving me the atmosphere of the message. And we have two major arcana. When in the first part I said that I heard it's time to share, and I remembered that video, here it's loud and clear, and it actually I heard the exact same words that I say in the video when I read the poem that I wrote for that video, which is it's time to share, like that, like twice, because this is what is, if this was talking about it's time to share, this is repeating, is reinforcing, is emphasizing that it is actually time to share. Time to share the knowledge, time to share the love, time to share. If we think share, it's like we are inevitably talking about relationships, right? And I don't know if you've seen my readings long enough to know that to me, this Temperance card is, the major arcana version of the Two of Cups. And guess which card is at the bottom of the deck? Yep, the Two of Cups. So in essence, I don't usually include, well, sometimes I do include the bottom of the deck when it makes sense to the story. And here, because this was the first card and this minor arcana, right, the Two of Cups, the two cards that to me symbolize the same message, just in different levels of perception or frequency. It's like, not frequency, expression, different levels of expression. It's like this is the very last, this is the very first. So it's like bookending this, how you share the love one by one, which was everything that I was talking about in the first part. It's like every heart that you touch, right? It's like flipping from the Two of Swords into the Two of Cups. So you, Virgo, have the ability, because it's time to share whatever you hold within, right? Because people are seeking the truth, and the truth is love, essentially. I could not even show you the cards that are here in the extended, because that is essentially the message. It's like, the simple truth is you can change the world with love. That's it. And it's time to do so. It's time to rebuild, actually. And the way that we rebuild with this tower, that's what I was hearing when I pulled this card. So here it was saying it's time to share. And here this card was saying it's time to rebuild. The rebuilding process has begun, and you are one of the main pieces, I should say. It's like you are one of the leaders, perhaps. I don't know if that's the better word to use it here, but I feel like you are being sought after, Virgo, because this rebuilding process, yes, it is structural in a sense that is communal or collective, right? It's like the entire globe, the entire world is going through this rebuilding process. But because it's something that is way bigger than us, it's like all of us can, and perhaps you are the example of doing so compassionately, so selflessly, so lovingly, to share it without expecting anything in return, to sharing everything that you got, right? It doesn't matter. It's like you're not losing. That's the thing. You're gaining because you know the impact, right? In, building a new world has, not only for you, but those to come. And so these two cards that are, following the Tower are talking about, well, we have the Judgment, Tower, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So there's a lot here, but also it's very simple. It's almost like there are layers and layers and layers of the same story that you could think of it as, very straightforward or very complex. And the way that I feel like you're doing, Virgo, is very simple. It's like there is no way of complicating for you. It's like you're there. It's like you are showing up at every given moment because it's time to share. And you are being sought after by people. Remember, this Two of Swords in the first part was showing me this lineup of people, right? People actually lining up, seeking counsel, seeking guidance, seeking truth, seeking a hug, seeking to be heard, right? Or seeking to find in spirituality, which you might be very aware of, or like an expert, right? Or the one who, well, I was going to say the one who knows it all, but really you're just the messenger in essence, right? Because you're showing up as another knight. So because the ones who are seeking you are in the same level, it's like perhaps those who are doubting their minds or doubting their own true guide, it's like, okay, that's the thing. It's very simple, Virgo. You are equal to them. You are no different. You are not a leader. You are not, you're not doing this to step into this role or to be recognized. It's nothing about that. You are there to show them that the truth is inside them. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like you, by following your inner guidance, by following your heart, by listening to the guidance that your heart is giving to you, you are reminding people who are in doubt, remember, that they couldn't see a way out, right? It's almost like if you are being led by your heart, these ones who are seeking you, they are misinterpreting the guidance from the heart to to listen to their mind, to their ego perhaps. And I don't really like that word because it can take to so many other misunderstandings, but it's like they are confusing their heart for their mind. And in order to find the truth, it's like they have to step out from that. It's almost like this arrow here, this sword here is inside their mind. So once they see the forest for the is that the right way? See the forest for the trees, right? It's like you have to step out. If you're too entangled into your own, well, that's you saying this to this person, right? Or to other people. This is like the example of how people that are suffering, that perhaps are going through enormous reconstructions, right? It's like they are rebuilding their entire lives and they are trying to hold on to anything. It's like you're giving them the first rock or the first brick to rebuild their entire home, in a sense, which is so emotional because, you know, perhaps this is literally happening to some of you, and this is so, I'm emotional again. Oh God. This is beautiful, Virgo. It's really beautiful. Whatever you're doing, you're helping them see that they have to step aside from the way that they were perceiving truth, right? It's like, see it from another angle, perceive it from another way, that it's not through reason. It's more like through this intuitive spirituality, or this, it's like this surrendering to spirituality. But there is something that changes in a way, the way that they perceive this entire process. And that's the thing. It's like touching one by one and assisting in a sense, one by one, Virgo. You are not only rebuilding their lives, it's like life by life, you are rebuilding the entire collective, in a sense. And you're doing so in a very selfless kind of way, but also so loving and so wise. It's like you are wise beyond your years, in a sense, which is so beautiful. Because that's the thing, it's like you perhaps are helping people that are the same age as you, or even, you know, people that you wouldn't think of, you know, that would seek you out for their guidance, and they are. And nonetheless, you have the perfect words of support, of strength, of value to them, right? And helping them rebuild, because it is exactly appropriate. It is time. It's time to share. So this last row here, the Chariot, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords, is talking about how this is picking up the pace, how this is talking about this replacement of doubt and fear and pain for love and kindness and support and generosity. Which, you know, in essence, again, is so simple that it could be misinterpreted as cliche and be, you know, not considered, which I don't understand. I just cannot see why people would not consider it just because it's cliche, right? Because truth is simple, right? And okay, so I think I made myself clear with, you know, what I'm trying to say here. So what I'm seeing here is the Chariot is changing the speed of things. So if you're doing so one by one and showing them how they can step aside from their own circumstances that perhaps is leaving them in this very doubtful or very desperate kind of moment, right? Because this is momentary, right? It is just a rebuilding process, and it takes steps to do so, right? It's not from night to day that you rebuild your entire life. So it requires this shift in perspective, and this is what you're providing them. It's like with showing them how to see the truth. And it's not saying that this is the truth, this is not. That's not it. It is providing them a way out of the way that they used to perceive their life. So it's almost like giving them another point of view, right? To remove themselves from the situation that they were in. And not in a way, perhaps physically, right? But perhaps just this shift of mind, right? In order for them to switch from the mental trap into the more heartfelt guidance. And so this is what is spinning the wheels, in a sense. It's what I just heard. And spinning the wheels in a sense that you are finally moving, right? Because if we think of spinning the wheels and not leaving the place, right? It's like you're burning your neurons, in a sense, right? You're burning whatever you have left of human mind in a sense, and you think that you're going crazy, right? But you are not, well, you Virgo are saying this and affirming this to this person, and this is what is shifting whatever you were giving, piece by piece, puzzle by puzzle. It's like with each person that you were giving, it's almost coming through as like holy grail, right? Not only we have the temperance, which feels like the holy grail a lot, but it's like you're giving this very beautiful, valuable, precious, steady, strong piece of knowledge, of help, of wisdom, of kindness to somebody that is seeing this piece like everything to them, right? And this is multiplying, right? These Eight of Pentacles followed by, following the Chariot, it's like, however, these people are seeing that they are no longer spinning their wheels without going anywhere, right? Now they are finally moving ahead with their lives, right? Like rebuilding their lives. More and more pieces are going to become available, not for them, but also for you. It's like you're, extending the reach of your own ability to help, because others who you have helped are now able, because they hold their own pieces, to change whatever logic, right, was conducting people in thinking that they could see a way out, right? If they were not seeing a way out, now just this alarm went off. Okay, I hope you're not hearing that. Anyways, this Seven of Swords here, ending the extended, is talking about how piece by piece, one by one, person by person that you have helped, now they are creating this net of helpers in a sense, or sharers, right, from what they were given from you. It's like you gave them valuable pieces that helped them move on with their lives, and so now they're doing the same thing. It's like more and more people are being affected and being replaced with this mental trap to a more loving kind of mentality. And it's almost like whatever destructive pattern was weaving the old world based on pain and hurt and deceit and mistrust and whatever it was, it's like you, by planting seed by seed in the way that you were helping people without asking anything in return, right? It's like you knew that you were multiplying the love, and you were doing so. It's like you are even amazed, Virgo, by the extent of which you are actually able to even see the results, right? Because remember, here I was talking about how you're not doing this for your generation. Perhaps you're doing it for the next generations, but maybe you'll be amazed by how you will see the new earth, the new world be created within your lifetime. It's like the more people are being helped by this net of love that you're creating, it's like you are the first weaver, you are the first sharer, you are the first bringer of the truth, because you're doing so from the heart, right? And so when other people find that by seeing this truth from outside, it's almost like stepping outside, like being the observer of their own lives, of their own process of rebuilding, right? They're not only rebuilding their lives, it's like they are holding this cornerstone of the new beginning, of the new world, of this new improved life, right? That is taking them from this place of not seeing a way out. And more people are being affected by it. It's like this is what will surprise you, perhaps, Virgo, because I feel like you are not seeing how this cornerstone that you're holding as a jewel, right, to help one person, it's in fact helping them pick up the pace and multiply the love, right? Doing the work of rebuilding other people's lives and replacing the mistrust, the sense of self-doubt, mainly, right? Because they know that it is possible. It's almost like this ripple effect, right? It starts with you, and then the next layer is like the people that you have helped, and then the people that these people have helped, and so on, right? And this is what the Seven of Swords ending here is talking about. Well, and if we include the bottom of the deck, which is the Two of Cups, it's like essentially replacing the self-doubt for love, right? Which is amazing, which is beautiful and so kind, and so it's just so beautiful. I don't have words. It's like you're doing great. It's like you are really changing people's lives, and perhaps you don't know how much. Perhaps you don't know how much, Virgo. So let's see. I'm really emotional right now. Let's see what the astrological runes have to say as a final guidance for you, since you are the one who's providing the guidance for so many. And you know, let's see if there is any guidance for you then. Oh my god. Okay, if I was not going to name this video The Sharer, now I'm definitely I am going to, because we have Mercury. So Mercury is, you know, the spokesperson. Mercury is the planet that communicates, that talks, that expresses itself. It's all about creating this community, but through providing like a word of guidance. It's like you are the sharer. If this is the final guidance, it's like you have the words to give guidance for those who need it. It's like you are, wow. Okay, so what I just heard right now, it's incredible. It's like you are the speaker of truth. You are the speaker of truth. That is profound, Virgo. I feel like I'll have to take that in for a moment, perhaps for the entire weekend. You are the speaker of truth, Virgo. Wow. Okay, so I hope this was insightful and makes you reflect the way that it's making me reflect right now. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Yeah, take care. Okay, thank you so much for being here, Virgo. Okay, bye. Oh, by the way, happy Easter. Yeah, bye.